Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are in the world of Windenburg and we are building our second pack restricted build for the week. This is a get together and base game only home. It is a small home and it's in that Tudor style, and I'm so excited for you to see this build. So this is on the Havisham House lot, which is in that kind of it's in the, I think it's like the center neighborhood. It's the one that's like all of the houses in this area are that in that Tudor style, and there's the cafes and whatnot in that area. Oh, I don't want to say it's downtown. It could be, you know what? It is kind of downtown because you then have the countryside-esque area and then you have the like cliffs coastal area. So as you saw on Tuesday's build was a lovely build, that coastal modern home. This is not that. This is definitely more traditional style. This is something that I would think is a little bit old and dated. The floor plan does change quite a bit. I do end up changing the front bump outs just because I felt that the house was too big. This is only a 20 by 20 lot, and I feel like it's all house and there wasn't much backyard or front yard. And I did want a courtyard. The courtyard does stay. We do end up having one, and I think that that's something that I really wanted to do. This Windenburg is based on a European world. Don't ask me which European country it's based on, but it is. So it's very similar to, it has Brightchester vibes. So when we built those European student homes, that is very much the vibe here. I had so much fun with this build. It's a small build, so it's a 2 by 1 bedroom home. And as you can see now, I'm just editing the front of the build and the floor plan. I believe I get rid of, I was originally going to have a study towards the back of the build, but that study then became a bathroom, and then I decided to get rid of the bathroom that was in the center of the build. It didn't make sense and it just constricted all of the walkways. All right, so we're starting off in the kitchen. Now, the windows and the doors from Get Together are beautiful, and they had this really lovely grey swatch which had the pink stained glass windows. As you can see here in the kitchen, I've used them, and I wanted to kind of bring that color scheme inside, but the swatches just didn't translate. Like a lot of the furniture, the wooden swatches, there wasn't a grey, it was a dark wood or it was a light wood color, so it didn't really work. But we come back to the kitchen and we finalize it towards the end. This was definitely a build where I did jump around a bit. We are into the second bedroom. It is a very small child's room, but it's a child's room nonetheless, and I am happy with it. Came together super easy. Just used base game. And let's talk about Get Together. So Get Together, as I mentioned in Tuesday's build, one of the standout items are those pillars. I use those, are they experienced pillars? I don't know, but they are like the best pillars in they are the best columns in the entire game. And definitely a standout item. I do think the build and buy is strong. I do think the world is strong. I just think the pack's strong. So I think Get Together is a great pack. I haven't actually done much with the gameplay, funny enough, but I just love the world. I think Get Together was the first time we had pools. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is the first time that we did have the pool come into the game. They do have a big pool lot in this world. And then obviously cafes and stuff. Yeah, so next week we are building our Get to Work builds, and I would have loved to have done a cafe. Instead, I'm doing a bakery. It's kind of like a bakery cafe. It is a cafe, but it's the only type of cafe you can do with like Get to Work and base game. I like it. I do find community lots a little harder to build, not gonna lie. Same with apartments. We saw that last week with our city living apartments, but I enjoyed it. I think they've turned out well. All right, so this is the part of the video where I show you just how I've just reconfigured that floor plan, because again, that back room was going to be a study, but I've decided to have that be the bathroom just to give you more space when you walk in. I've actually changed this front bump out, so it's no longer a bay window style. It just makes more sense. So this particular build, I wanted to be a starter home, but it ended up being quite expensive. It could have been potentially the fence and all of the, we did fully furnish both rooms. You know, I didn't like loosely furnish them. So that could have also played a part in the costings. But I'll get there one day where I'll do some starter homes. I definitely think that some of the packs, just the items they're not priced correctly. So like one item will be like insanely high and then the other item will be really cheap, and it's like, what's going on here? So, and it all depends on the style. Like for this particular build, we were building in a certain style, so I can't not use those items, whilst, you know, there could have been modern items that were cheaper. All right, so we do get rid of the courtyard there, but I am just reconfiguring it. So we're now into the living room. So I really like the layout of this. I didn't want to change the door that we were using or anything like that. I liked where it was placed. So naturally the living room is here. I don't know, I always kind of like to make sure that I don't have the back of the couch to the front door. I don't know if it's like bad feng shui or what it is, but when I build, it's just the one thing that I, you know, take note of. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you like that as well? Do you like to have, like, do you really factor in the positioning of your furniture? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We do end up putting that fireplace back. It's a base game fireplace, and I do like it. I think that an older house like this would have something like that. Makes sense. And I love all of the dated furniture. You've got the dining table, the chairs, the desk, there's so many furniture pieces that come in that style, and it's almost like a set, and it's so lovely. Even the bathroom sink is that same style. So yeah, there's some standout items, and I decided to use these runner rugs. I don't normally use them, but I definitely use them in older homes or a home where I feel like maybe, you know, an elder sim would live in, because I feel like that's something that would be used in an older style home, or in like a Victorian home, or like even like just like an old mansion would have that. So yeah, obviously the coffee machine. So the coffee machine was one of the big items that we got in this pack that I loved. Obviously you needed it for the cafes. There's just so many items in this pack. A standout pack. We do include a coffee machine in this build. I'm trying to think. I don't think we included it in Tuesdays, but that's okay. I've included it here. And I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do shelving or that decorative piece that has the coffee in it. I really love that piece. I just think that it adds, like, it's different. It's different clutter. So I think it's quite nice. And that pairs in with the dining table, that swatch. I do change it all, but you see how I'm struggling because it's not working. So I do end up changing the countertops to a lighter color, and I raise up some candles, and I'm just trying to like briefly clutter the space. We've gone in with a side cabinets, and this is that point where I will put the coffee machine. And we are jumping. I just realized that I briefly furnished this room. I didn't fully furnish it, so I've gone in with some curtains. Really struggled with curtains because base game doesn't have the best curtains, and I don't believe Get Together comes with any curtains, so that was fun. But I think the beige is okay because there's that beige in the window, so it's kind of pulling from there. So even though it was a very purple living room, I think that the beige works fine. So as you can see, we've got the coffee machine there and the grinding machine. That's all there. So that looks a little out of place for a home like this, but I wanted to include it. So I thought that was important. So this is the back of the build. Not much going on here. I do apologize if it is jumping a bit when you turn the camera from that side, from the back. The hill, it makes it really hard to see. It obstructs the view. So I apologize for that. I really love the exterior of this build. I think I did a good job with the roofing. I'm not very good with roofing, so I was really proud of my efforts. And we are just adding the final touches. I didn't even have roof trim. So this is what I mean by I definitely jumped around. Sometimes I get really excited after I do the floor plan and I just start decorating. So we are now just finalizing things and fine tuning things, just move the lot over. I will reconfigure the bathroom because I just wanted to move where the window was. I felt that you needed another window on that side. So just reconfiguring the bathroom. It's a very simple bathroom. And I love that mirror, that kind of gothic Victorian-esque mirror. I feel like that mirror would be in like Bella Goth's house. It's just such a nice mirror. All right, so I promised the fencing was coming back, and this is our little courtyard. So there is no backyard, there's just this little courtyard, but that's okay. It's only a small home, and I really love what we were able to do here. We just have some like a grill, and we have some seating areas. It almost looks like a cafe courtyard, which I think is really sweet. I really enjoyed it. We just start with some paving. So Get Together did come with some really good paving, which I think makes sense because, you know, it fits in with the world quite a lot. And I've got the infamous woohoo bush. We didn't have a woohoo bush in Tuesday's build, so I had to include it here because obviously that is one of the most important items in this particular pack. Yeah, I'm not someone that uses woohoo bushes in my gameplay, but you'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. Do you find it interesting? I think it would be good for like rags to riches if you didn't have a place to stay. Maybe. Who knows? All right, so I've started with lighting this area with some hedges. I've put in a bench and some flowers. I really love how the red and the blue flowers mix well together. I've actually never really used those squared flower tiles. I've used it in this build with the blue, and I think it works really well. I might actually have to incorporate them more in my landscaping. So we've got a nice little sitting area, we've got a grill, we've got some planter plots, and then we, I believe, are going into the landscaping. I thought these little hanging flower plants were really pretty. And then I realized we got these big plants. I thought they were nice, but they didn't really fit the build because it was such a small build. So I decided to use these kind of stone sculpture planter pots, these raised sculptures. I think they look nice. I don't usually use that item. And then I saw this log storage item that goes on the side of the house. That is so good for this house. And put some gardening stuff. So at the back here, we honestly just do some hedges and some flowers and a little bit of terrain paint. I don't do anything else to the back of the house because, as I said, with that camera angle, it's a little hard to play in that back section. So yeah, so if you have enjoyed this build is live on the gallery. My gallery ID is Antoinette44. It is also listed in the description below. We are just adding the final touches. We're just adding some dirt under all of the plants, and then we should be going into the tour, I believe. We're finalizing the path. All right, so we are live in game and we are just going to do the tour. So you head through the front entryway into the living room, and it's just spacious. Down the hall into the kitchen, I've got that coffee machine like I mentioned. the child's room, the master bedroom, and then down the hall you have the bathroom. Sorry about that light, I do end up deleting that. And the bathroom, and that's the outside. You've got your woohoo bush and that beautiful sitting area with your easel. And that's the build today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.